Good Friday morning, South Carolina Weather Watchers. I'm the host for South Carolina Weather, Jason Peterson. Let's go ahead and talk about your Friday for you. So, Friday, right now, as you can see, we do have some severe weather going on down here near Mississippi right now, and some heavy rain that is going from Chicago through Cincinnati, Louisville, Bowling Green, Nashville, Memphis, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Jackson, Mississippi, even going all the way down towards the Gulf of Mexico, coming up like this, and then doing kind of like this shape right here, and then going to the backside with snow in Nebraska, Iowa, and then kind of like doing like this huge circle. I mean, this is a huge system. I mean, like this is huge. This is like huge. So very interesting to see what is going on here. Also, looking down at South Carolina, obviously you can see it looks like some rain is trying to enter the upstate right now. We do have some flood warnings now up for the upstate as well. So, because as you know, well, there's supposed to be the flash flooding supposed to be the worst up there inside the upstate. For this thing that's coming, for the system that's coming in, and it is for sure bringing in a lot of rainy conditions and has already brought severe weather to Texas, Oklahoma, and it's now moving east, and now it is side of Dixie Alley, and then tomorrow it will be here at Carolinas, Georgia, Florida, and so we're just waiting to see what happens. Up here in the Pacific Northwest, we do have some rain up there. We do have some high wind warnings out there, some red flag warnings down here in Texas, and we do have some snow up here inside the Great Lakes region as well. The Northeast is doing pretty good, as well as the Mid Atlantic, so nothing that they have to worry about right now. Here is our cloud cover. Cloud cover right now is looking really cloudy. I don't think anybody right now is seeing any type of sunlight right now. But if you are, you're one of the lucky ones. But yeah, cloudy for everyone. Not really looking for any clearing spots later. Here's our cloud cover. Here's our current temperatures. 61 in Winsboro, 61 in Columbia, 66 in Charleston, 64 in Moncks Corner, 66 in Walterboro, 59 in Myrtle Beach, 61 in Loris, 61 in Florence, 61 in Sumter, 59 in Greenville, 59 in Anderson, 61 in Greenwood, 61 in Rock Hill. So those are our current temperatures right now. Here is our maximum temperatures for the next 24 hours, pretty much, and at 7 p.m. to actually not the 24 hours, but the next 7 p.m. tonight. So I mean, you might as well say 24 hours, but the maximum temperatures for today: 66 in Anderson, 64 in Greenville, Spartanburg, 70 in Columbia, and Sumter, 69 in Florence, 62 in Myrtle Beach, 68, I believe that is, in Charleston, 71 in Augusta. Here is our max wind gust for the next 24 hours. Obviously, wind gusts could get up to around 20 to possibly 25, 30 mile per hour throughout most of South Carolina. So definitely a bit of a breezy day going into, especially tonight. Going into tomorrow morning, it's going to be pretty breezy out there due to this incoming system that's on the way. So expect those wind gusts to increase as we get into tomorrow. Here's our 24-hour precipitation totals. Obviously, a bunch of rain. In the next 24 hours, Augusta could get around 3 inches. Yeah, so a lot of rain. Columbia could get 1.9. Charleston can get 0.9, I believe that is. And just inland of Charleston can get around 1 to 2 inches. 0.9 around Florence, 0.7 Myrtle Beach, 1.5, 1.6 inside the upstate. But the areas that I think we really need to watch is places like Augusta, Orangeburg, Ridgeville, Somerville. All those places inside the red that you see needs to watch out for heavy rainfall. 2 to 3 inches are potentially possible if you're inside this red region on the screen right now. So definitely need to be watching out for those if you're in those regions. And here's the radar. It goes out a full 43 hours, so this should be more than enough. We push this forward, and there goes the system. It's going to start dropping that rain, and there goes that moderate rainfall dropping around those regions that could get around that 2 to 3 inches. And this is the time we're going to have to start watching out for that severe weather as it goes through. And there it goes. Potentially producing that severe weather, and it's going to be off the coast, and then we're going to have a nice dry Sunday. A nice dry Sunday. So you're gonna have to watch, see what happens, but we're gonna have a nice Sunday, a rainy Saturday, potentially severe weather and flash flooding. And here's the SPC outlook. Usually I would talk about the day one like in depth more than the day two, but we're gonna talk about the day two more because we did not make an evening video yesterday, which my apologies for that. I did post an update for that. If you were to check my community tab on YouTube, I did post that I was not able to upload a video yesterday evening, but here is a slight risk of severe weather for Baton Rouge, Montgomery, Alabama, Shreveport, Louisiana, Mobile, Alabama, and Jackson, Mississippi. There's a slight risk, and then we do have a marginal risk as well for Dallas, Texas, Fort Worth, Texas, New Orleans, Texas, Arlington, Texas, and Plano, Texas is inside of the marginal risk. This does come with a 50% risk for the slight, a 5% for the marginal, and there is a 5% chance for Montgomery, Jackson, Hattiesburg, Alexandria, and Meridian, Mississippi, as well as a 2% chance for surrounding that. And then the hail risk, there is a 50% chance of seeing damaging hail, a 5% chance of seeing damaging hail if you're in the marginal, and a 50% for inside the slight. Now let's go ahead and talk about tomorrow, because tomorrow is the day that, of course, that we need to watch out for. We have the slight risk, and let's go ahead and look at the hail threat first. There is only a 5% chance of seeing damaging hail in Charlotte, Atlanta, Montgomery, Columbus, Tallahassee, Columbia, Greenville, and pretty much all those major populated cities are inside of this risk. Charleston is just out of it, but if you're inland of Charleston, you're probably inside the 5% risk of damaging hail. Wind, really different. There is a 15% chance of seeing some damaging winds out there. If for pretty much all of us, unless you're in the Greenville, Spartanburg region, you have a 5% chance. Everyone else, a 15% chance. And then tornadoes, this is the one that we need to watch for the most, because there is not really the most damaging winds, but still a 5% chance of tornadoes, still nothing to play around with. 5% for Jacksonville, Florida, Columbus, Georgia, Tallahassee, Florida, Savannah, Georgia, Fayetteville, North Carolina, Charleston, Myrtle Beach, Columbia, Sumter, Florence, Orangeburg, Augusta. All these places are inside of this 5% chance of seeing a tornado. 2% chance, though, for anyone just north of that and west. So that is the 5% risk of tornadoes for us. This usually would mean the criteria that I would have to go live and cover it, but we'll see what happens by tomorrow, because as of right now, it's only still 5%. It could increase, it could decrease, and they might get rid of it completely, and I might not have to go live at all. And here's day 3. Nothing really to talk about there. Here is our moderate risk of excessive rainfall for just southern parts of Atlanta. Montgomery is in there as well. All these places are inside that moderate risk of excessive rainfall. That's a 40% chance of seeing flash flooding. That yellow risk surrounding it includes like Atlanta, Augusta. Let's see, places like Greenville, Spartanburg is in there. Asheville, most of Mississippi, most of Georgia, and like the little opening for Louisiana is all inside of there for that slight risk, and the marginal risk is everyone else surrounding it. Most of us is inside of the marginal risk as well, except if you're inside places like Myrtle Beach. And its marginal risk actually spans all the way up to Indiana, because y'all just saw that system on Radar Omega. I mean, that was a lot of rain. That was a huge system. So that's our day 1. Tomorrow, though, we probably should talk about that. Tomorrow, as it loads up. We do now have a slight risk of excessive rainfall now for portions of Columbia, Charleston, I'd say, and Myrtle Beach as well. Georgetown is in there. Sumter, Florence is in there. So, and everyone else inside the marginal risk. So, yes, we are under a slight risk of excessive rainfall for some regions. Honestly, I'd say if you're not under the slight risk of excessive rainfall today, you're probably under the slight risk of excessive rainfall for tomorrow. So, definitely gonna have to watch out for that. But that's gonna be about it. Thank y'all so much for watching this forecast update this morning, and I will see y'all tonight. For sure. Like, there's no doubt I will be here tonight, for sure, to have one final update on this severe weather risk before we get here tomorrow morning. I will try to upload tomorrow morning, but I do have to be somewhere early, so I cannot guarantee it. It's still 50-50 shot right now, still up in the air. But we'll see what happens. I'll be back with you later tonight. I was supposed to talk about the National Weather Service at Charleston briefing, but I forgot to. And I just won't have enough time to do it this morning. So I will do it this evening, like for sure. Like there's no doubt this evening I will. So thank y'all so much, and I'll see y'all later.